taking Wednesday off, given some people's plans for Tuesday night edition of Wilde Tausch.
Boy, what's Tuesday night?
Joke's on me.
You.
Yeah, you're taking Tuesday off, not Wednesday.
Oh, is it Tuesday?
No,
It's Monday?
the game's Monday night, baby.
Monday night
Monday
baseball.
Off. Tuesday off. Wednesday. Might just take the whole week. Of Wilde Tausch. A
Take a
94.5. Take a beat. Watch some baseball. Have a meal. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app. Jason Wilde in Green Bay, Jesse Nelson's in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, and the man who will be wearing CC Sabathia's pants around the house for the next week and a half. Not even washing them because they're lucky. It is the Packers Hall of Famer. It's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing great. Would it be IPT to wear my 65 Tauscher Brewer jersey to the game? Obviously I can't go Saturday. I will be going Monday. Is it IPT to do that?
No, the only thing IPT would be for you to throw out the first pitch again. Oh, bird!
That's very fair. No, that's very fair. In that jersey.
Yeah, you can wear the jersey. Definitely wear the jersey.
I don't know. It's that. Even Eleanor said, "Who would wear Who would wear the jersey out there? Like, who would wear your own jersey in a stadium?" And I kind of agreed with her.
Well, yeah, but you're not wearing a 65 jersey. You're not wearing a Packers jersey with your name and number on it and sitting in the stands.
I'm wearing a Brewers jersey with my name on it. So,
well, lots of people wear jerseys though, and you're just
not with their name. They put Yelich.
Well, you're a big deal.
Yelich. They got
There's lots of people that have their. There are a lot of people that have their own name on their jerseys.
How many people in a stadium have a jersey, a Milwaukee Brewers jersey with their own name on the back of it?
More than you would think,
yes,
but not,
thank you, Jesse.
Not by any means the majority, but more than you would think. You walk around and you see number 21, and it's like Miller.
Nelson.
Yeah, oh, who's that? Then you're like, oh, it must just be that guy.
All right.
So here,
I'm going to wear something Brewers. I'm going to wear something Brewers. I won't wear my.
If
Sounds
the
like a good
Milwaukee
idea.
Brewers franchise gave you a custom Mark Tauscher jersey, I think that makes it perfectly acceptable for you to wear.
Couldn't agree more with Jesse.
You were a professional athlete. You had it's not like you're me wearing a jersey or like you. That's kind of noteworthy if you're wearing a jersey. You should wear that as much as possible.
And let's be honest here.
I'll think about it.
And I say this with nothing but love in my heart for you. You don't exactly blend in. So it's not as if you were wearing a jersey with your name and number and people wouldn't recognize, hey, that's Tausch, if it wasn't for the 65 Brewers jersey. Like if you were wearing it so people would know who you are because you're, I don't know, pick your favorite Barry Stokes. Right, we love Barry Stokes around here. But how many people, if Stokey went to the game with you on Monday night, how many people would know who he was? Even if he wore a Barry Stokes, was he 67? What was he?
79. He was 79.
If he wore his Barry Stokes 79 Brewers jersey, how many people would know he was Barry Stokes?
It's a good question. I don't know, Jason.
So what I'm saying
he was
is
a random guy got his custom jersey at the shop in the right
Big
field
guy.
corner. Yeah.
Or you thought it was Eric
Brewers
Stokes, who's now leading the NFL in pass breakups, as someone tweeted at us yesterday.
Yeah, he's crushing it. He's just needed to get away from the Packers, apparently. All
right, so how nervous are you? Jason, how nervous are you?
I was really hoping that the Padres would win. I just look.
Sure.
If the Brewers emerge victorious from this series and they advance to the NLCS, I will admit that I was worried about nothing. I don't know. It's not as if I know the San Diego Padres roster up and down. I'm not going to pretend that I do. They're a less frequent opponent than the Cubs. It's not a intense rivalry. I just wanted them to avoid the Cubs. I wanted the Cubs to lose yesterday, so they'd be donezo, gonzo, we'll never forget you, Greg, and move on. And then they would not be a factor. And now they are in a position where they can hurt the team that we want to see advance all the way and then win the World Series trophy. That's all. That's how I feel.
Could you make the argument? We've had, obviously, the NFL is king. Could you make the argument that this series will be the most intense rivalry of any of Wisconsin sports this century?
So I was thinking about this last night after
because initially, obviously, we all are going to think Bears-Packers 2011 NFC Championship game. But this feels more intense,
played in 2011,
almost, which sounds crazy.
So the problem with most of the Packers rivalries, I would say, that, and you were part of it in the early aughts, as you like to call it. There was some pretty good intensity to Packers-Vikings, and then
for sure,
when Brett Favre went there and Jesse went with him, it ratcheted up even further. Like, that feels to me like the feverest of fever pitch rivalry with Wisconsin sports at the time. But this trumps certainly Packers-Bears because for so much of the Bears, like, even though the Bears and the Packers were playing that NFC Championship game in January of 2011, they were still the Bears, right? You kind of had this attitude of, well, we've owned, I mean, not to the degree that Aaron Rodgers would later be, I own you, I still own you, them. But, like, the rivalry had already been lopsided. And so, yes, they were meeting for a trip to the Super Bowl, but in the back of your mind, it was still, well, they're the Bears. We don't lose to the Bears. Whereas the Cubs, right? So I would say that this takes the cake. And I am very curious, our friend Brian Anderson, who was great yesterday, put me in my place, pros versus Joes, and basically gave me his version of the Mike McCarthy polluted mindset speech. Yes. And I'm okay with that. I appreciate that. I fully acknowledge, which I believe I did when we brought up Mike and that great graphic that I wish someone would make into a T-shirt where he's got like the polluting smokestacks coming out of his hat. I agree it's a polluted mindset. I don't disagree with you. It doesn't change how I feel. I'm not proud of it, but that's how I feel. And so I'm nervous. I'm curious how other people feel now that it is indeed the Cubs. You're not, are you nervous? What are you? You're not uber confident, are you?
No, I mean, I'm not. I think it's a coin flip series. I mean, obviously, if you look at how things went, but I'm incredibly confident. Now, I don't want to put all of our eggs in one basket because you know how that goes. I think this series will be won or lost on Saturday.
In game one.
We have our
tomorrow.
Yes. No. Well, that's what I think because the Cubs have had to go through and utilize everybody.
Whoever wins game one of the series is winning the World Series. Like
the most important one in the history
they're winning
of
this
one.
series.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure I know what I'm dealing with.
Don't you feel like in a 5-game series where you got to get to 3, and you have your best, most consistent pitcher going on full rest, with the Cubs scrambling to piece together what they're going to do after their bullpen and everything that happened yesterday through an intense 3-game series. Don't you feel like everything is going to come down to tomorrow?
No.
It just feels that way to me because there is a confidence that goes with your horse, and it's no longer all the depth. I think our bullpen is better than the Cubs. But if Freddie Peralta, who is our horse, if they get him, don't you feel like that momentum might just completely overwhelm the rest of the operation? Because that's the sense I get. Obviously, you still got to get to 3, but it just feels like to me we need to get tomorrow. We got to get tomorrow.
All right, help me out here. Jesse, because you obviously have been doing all the scheduling. You do a great job with that. Is it 2-2-1 for this series?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think, Jesse, you don't do scheduling anymore, right? I just want to make sure we're factually,
Not so much, but
right?
I have placed all of the potential Brewers playoff games on my personal calendar, and I can share that with old T on his calendar to put on the fridge and whatever else, so you know when the games are.
Wait, you have access to the Tauscher family calendar, so it just says baseball?
I think I might after this.
1 p.m.
Yes. So 1 o'clock Saturday, game 1. Then there's a day off, which is kind of nice, I guess. Game 2, Monday night, 8 o'clock at American Family Field. Then another day off.
Tauscher wears pajamas so he could sleep in the car on the way home.
Wednesday, Thursday at Wrigley Field for games 3 and, if needed, game 4. And then if there is a game 5, back at AmFam Field on Saturday next weekend.
What time Saturday?
We don't know the times of games 3, 4, or 5
I feel
yet.
like if Jesse had the times, he would have given us the times.
Maybe.
You got to be a little flexible when it comes to the baseball postseason.
Flex scheduling.
There's also, like, the American League games are, they have game 4s on Wednesday, so I don't even know if they're going to announce the time of game 3 until, like, Tuesday. So it's very, last minute, some of this stuff, putting together the times for some of these games in the DS.
In the DS. Yeah, that's nice. So you're going on Monday night. Do you believe, in addition to your belief that game 1 will decide the 5-game series,
Yep.
do you believe it will be a 5-game series? Do you believe we'll be back a week later on Saturday? We'll be spending next Friday's show, splitting our show between Brewers Cubs game 5 and Packers Bengals green and gold preview, prize picks for the weekend, all the stuff we would normally do on a non-bye week.
I believe this will be a 4-game series. So, no. That's what I believe. I think we win it in 4.
So the Brewers win the first 2 at home, and then they take game 4 in Wrigley, and off we go.
That's what I hope, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And Craig's got to ride back on the Hiawatha, fully uniformed up, back
cleats.
to Whitefish Bay with a big L chain around his neck. That's the goal. That's what we're looking for.
That'd be nice.
Right. Well, we'll have to wait and see if that occurs. But I'm eager to. I want to know how Brewers fans.
So,
feel.
Jason, the variable that I'm nervous about. Baseball's a different beast. It's a timing game. It's a skill game. It's a game of intensity when the postseason happens. The postseason, again, everybody will say, well, NHL is the best and NFL. Yep. From a just white-knuckle drama standpoint, and now that you're invested, like it's one thing to watch the Red Sox and Yankees and you want to have something happen so you can watch the game in its full.
Sure, agreed.
It's another thing if it's a team you've invested your summer in, and you did that. That, to me, is where the intensity of that is just so deep. You had 6 days off. How intense how quickly can you get that back?
Rust versus rest.
That's the question. That's the question, and that's if we're gonna be a little nervous about it. That's what I would say we're nervous about.
I say I'm not sure I love, for as much criticism as I've received. I kind of feel like you're in. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
No. Jason, here's the deal. I am confident. I think this team should strut. This team should peacock itself. You should be strutting around. It shouldn't be. But you also, from an analyst standpoint, which is what I am, I analyze what I believe is going through the thought process of these guys, and there is something about rolling. You guys haven't had 6 days off and on. You're going to be a little bit. You're not going to be as sharp, I wouldn't believe, as you would be if you were you had a day or 2 days off. So to sit here and say that they're going to be star-spangled awesome, man, I hope so. And if they're rejuvenated and they had great simulated games, awesome. That'd be great. But to think that you could take 6 days off and you're going to just be spry as ever, we got to see. But I believe that this team should be favored. This team should be rocking and rolling. And I disagree with BA. I disagree with you. I don't think this team should be anybody's underdog. We're the best blanking team in baseball for 162 weeks or 162 days. Now we see it's a sprint. This part's a sprint, and we'll see how fast we are.
For the record, according to ESPN Bet, the Brewers are not underdogs in the series. Minus 120 to win the series. Cubs, it's even money if you want to bet them to win the series, according to ESPN Bet.
I'm sorry, I haven't been listening at all. The Brewers just released a video of Mark Tauscher in his jersey with the help of UW Credit Union, shaking hands, kissing babies, handing out baseballs, dapping people up.
Yeah. Positive
This is
vibes.
great.
Hey, it's about positive vibes. All you Nellies like Jason, it's about positive vibes now. We don't have time for all this, oh, shucks, I don't know, it could lose to Craig Counsell. It's got to be positive vibes.
Oh, well, this video is full of positive vibes right up until the point you throw your pitch.
Oh, no, they included that in there?
They included that at the end.
Oh, no.
Well, it's not like Jesse hasn't put it out 5 million
Well,
times.
they could have just cut it right, like as you're throwing it, like because you don't know where it's going as it's just leaving your hand.
That's true.
Yeah, cut to black like the end of The Sopranos.
Yeah.
You never know what
Finn.
happens.
Just put Finn on the board. Yes, we will take your calls.
Okay.
Are you feeling the positive vibes? Brought to you by the Brewers and UW Credit Union and Mark Tauscher in this great video post. I mean, they literally posted this while we were talking. 9:12. Are you
Nice.
feeling that, or are you nervous? And I hope I'm in a distinct, incredible, tiny little minority. I hope hope most people are like, Wilde's a chicken little. Nothing to worry about. We're gonna be fine. I hope that's the case. I will be happy to be alone on this, and then I will happy to be wrong as well. What you don't want to be wrong on is your windows, and I know Gina Della is here to make sure that we're not.
And when it comes to your home, the smart play is to trust Gina Della and her great team at Pella Windows and Doors. And this month only can score a whole house of new energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month. That's zero, and you get zero interest for up to 60 months. It's like a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to the incredible defense, not only by the Milwaukee Brewers, but also by Pella Windows, stopping all of the drafts that you don't want in your windows. Don't wait. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Treb in the YouTube comments. I'm a little nervous about facing Castellanos. It's a pretty good callback from yesterday. Very well done.
That's pretty good.
If you missed that, you can't hear it on Spotify yet because we haven't gotten that fixed, but you can hear it on the ESPN Wisconsin app. All right, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Tausch is milling about AmFam Field, spreading, I mean, not right now, but the video was released now, spreading positive vibes, handing out baseballs. Like, kids are excited. They're dapping them up. It's awesome. Is that how you feel going into the Brewers-Cubs NLDS? Or are you a nervous Nelly? That would be me. That would be my role in this equation. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Your vibes. We'll take them on the Carbless Talk and Text line next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Bye week for the Green Bay Packers, and head coach Matt LaFleur keeps it pretty simple on what he's focused for his team with 13 games remaining in the NFL regular season.
You got to get these guys their bodies back, and then we all also understand that it's going to be a long haul after the bye, so you better get your mind right to go on that journey and to try to get a little bit better every day.
Audio courtesy of Packers.com. The Packers will take this week off before returning to action at Lambeau Field, where they're 2-0 this year, in Week 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals next Sunday. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Four 770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. Before we get to that, I always love to check in on the pulse of the YouTube comments early on when we do something non-Packers related. A few comments, including from Jim, do Packers. In fairness, and I totally get that, I'm certainly much more comfortable when that's the focus of our show because I feel like I know a thing or two about them. It is the bye week. We're talking about the Brewers in the NLDS. I think this would be one of those exceptions where if the Packers were playing their matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles like they are in a couple weeks, I think then we'll have a little more of a challenging scenario.
What about with the Pittsburgh Steelers?
That one as well. That will be one that will obviously draw a lot of attention, but we'll get to some Packers, I promise.
If you're gonna say do Packers, at least say what do you want us to say? Wow, those name Packers players?
I don't think that's what he means, and I think you know what he means.
Give us something to talk about then, Jim. Don't just complain. Be solutions oriented.
Wait a second.
YouTube
go boo
comments.
in a bar. You're basically saying go boo in a bar.
Yeah, that is what I'm
boo in a bar.
That started. By the way, we're starting to have a little bit of an epidemic. I was getting after Sherry Sackett for this morning on WBEV 95.3 in Beaver Dam. Our buddy Wade Bates was playing some of the cuts off of the new Taylor Swift album, and she's not a Taylor Swift fan, and she was taking some criticism for trying to stop him, and she said, "Well, go listen to something else." I'm like, "Hey, wait a minute. You're like in charge down there. You can't say that. What are you, Barry Alvarez?"
Go boo in a bar.
Anyway, in the YouTube comments, a couple things. Michael says, because Tausch said it is a game one must win, that you should not be allowed to watch the rest of the series if the Brewers lose game one. I think that's a little bit harsh, but I do disagree with it's all about game one. A lot of ball games still to be played.
There is, but so just wait a second. So if you don't believe in momentum and beating someone's best pitcher on full rest, yeah, of course that doesn't mean that the series is over. I'm saying if that happens, what?
Go ahead. I'm sorry. You
interrupted. What?
You kind of said that.
It's a huge game. Yes, I think whoever wins game one wins the series. Okay. That doesn't mean it's done. That doesn't mean it's done, Zo. All right, you know what? I won't say. I'm going to start wilting it. But you know what? I hope the game goes well. Well, what? No, you guys don't think game one is going to set. Yeah, exactly. All right, fine. The Brewers lose game one. I ain't going to another game. Thank you, Rick. Rick, you just totally had all these positive vibes. Rick just pissed me off. All right, the hell with Rick.
The Brewers and UW Credit Union are counting on your
my vibes were great.
Don't let Michael
watch the game
you down.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to let Rick bring me down. You know what? I let that emotion get the better of me. I'm going to the game Monday if the Brewers win, lose, or draw. But then I'll say Monday's game will be a must-win game. If that's the case.
If they draw, it's really going to be interesting.
What's irritating from Rick is that you have to. It's frustrating because
YouTube name to Rick
we all know
of this.
Do we not all feel like Saturday afternoon's really critical to what's going on? You're not out of anything until you're last out. We've seen that movie before with the 86 Mets and the Blue Jays in 93. Like, we've seen all of this before, right? But it just feels like this team, there is a little, you got youth, getting off to that and letting these guys exhale it's going to be a pressure cooker at AmFam on Saturday. It'll be a pressure cooker Monday, but it certainly will have some of the pressure relieved if your best pitcher goes out and throws 6 or 7 great innings of baseball on Saturday, and they win, and all of a sudden then it's Monday, you can really start putting the hammer down. It's a big, big game.
All right. Again,
Rick.
I'm
I can't
hopeful.
believe I let Rick get me like that. All positive vibes, and then Rick got me.
Michael.
Can't watch the game.
Jim has now responded to Jesse. He would like us to discuss Marshawn Lloyd and Christian Watson's situations. Also the fact that Jordan Love is playing at an elite level. We'll get to that later in the program. 844-770.
I don't think we're going to talk about Marshawn Lloyd.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't foresee us discussing. They may open up the practice window for him and for Watson. We asked about Watson on Tuesday, and he said that they have been having discussions about that, which is an encouraging sign that he's at least close enough for them to consider opening the window.
Watson will be playing before that Eagle game.
Yeah, and nothing against Marshawn Lloyd. By the way, Jim, I hope you appreciate this. Nothing against Marshawn Lloyd, but I want Emmanuel Wilson as the number 2 running back. What more does that guy have to do to show you that he is productive?
No, he is.
I mean, it's not his fault Love threw that check down to him.
Hey, he's the number 2 running back. Book it.
I understand.
Question for you. I don't think this is not the same.
Oh boy!
When Brett Favre went to play for the Minnesota Vikings, this Counsell to the Cubs is not the same, but it's this. It is the next closest. It's the next closest thing.
I agree.
The vitriol he felt on that Memorial Day a couple years ago, or whenever it was, last year, I guess, right?
Last year, yes, sir.
He was that manager. Was
go
intense.
Boo at the stadium.
I wasn't there, but it was intense, right? And you had KBN's crew go down to Whitefish Bay Park and talk about, I don't know what they all did, but there's a lot of angst.
They buried a bobblehead.
Craig.
Yeah.
Buried stuff. And I've always said, you know how time heals everything? And I've said this, and when Brett joined our show a bunch, I would always ask him, and he would never give me an answer. If the Minnesota Vikings had won a World's Championship that season, he ain't getting that welcome back. Not from us. Maybe Jesse and the boys might still be Viking fans if that happened. If Craig Counsell beats the Milwaukee Brewers and the Chicago Cubs beat them this series, I don't know if he ever gets welcomed back.
Jesse, as the number 1 Craig Counsell hater, what say you?
I think it's already going to take a long way for Craig Counsell to be welcomed back at some point.
So, Jesse, here's why I would say not. Because if the Brewers go on and win this World's Championship and they beat the Cubs, it's like when all was forgotten after Aaron Rodgers led us to a championship. It was, that's cute. Oh, thank you for your service. That's cute. We just did something without you, and you actually sped up our process and brought down a rival. Now, I don't think the Cubs are going to fall off a cliff, but if the Brewers find a way to do this, nobody's going to think about Craig Counsell. It's going to be about Pat Murphy. It's going to be about the Brewers. And then in 15 or 20 years, when they're going to put Craig Counsell up on the Walk of Fame or whatever it is, people will say, well, we appreciate it, and then Craig got us Pat, and Pat took us to the chip. It ain't going to be the other way. If that happens the other way, and Counsell leads them, the vitriol will ratchet up into a bunch, and there will be a big chunk of the fan base that says, I'm out. And it would have happened, I believe, with Favre in Minnesota, too. I do.
I find myself wondering if that's true only because it would appear that Brett Favre can do just about anything and people forgive him and still love him. But I would tend to agree with you that winning a Super Bowl for the Minnesota Vikings would be the one bridge too far.
That would be the Teflon that it would stick.
It would, yes. I agree. I don't think it is.
Is there any? I mean, Counsell is the next closest thing. In Wisconsin sports to that.
The only problem with the analogy, the only one, is that while Counsell grew up in Milwaukee, and I loved that commercial he did when they were still bad. And it was all the flashbacks to him being a kid like I was. We're roughly the same age, going to County Stadium, watching Robin Yount and Paul Molitor and the whole thing. The only thing is he, unlike Favre, is not one of the greatest to ever put on the uniform, right? So
right. Greatest manager.
He was the greatest manager, but Murphy's giving him a run now.
Oh, you tried to fire the guy.
And I was wrong, obviously.
Counsell's done
did you just hear that? That was an admission that he tried to fire him.
No,
of course, we all know that, Jason.
But he never admits it until now.
I never said I wanted him fired.
Counsell is the best manager that the Milwaukee Brewers have ever had. And he's ahead of Pat Murphy as we sit here today. Like, how are you going to argue that? It's not an argument you can win.
If Pat Murphy beats him head-to-head in an NLDS,
and
he's
they win
out.
a World Series, then we could start having that conversation.
If Pat Murphy gets the Brewers to the NLCS, he gets them just as far as Craig Counsell ever got them. So regardless of the quantity of playoff, it doesn't matter.
Do it longer.
It doesn't matter. It's a fresh new batch of players outside of like two guys. Pat Murphy would be right there with Craig Counsell and Harvey Keene if they beat the Cubs in this series.
How long was Harvey Keene the manager?
He had 82. That's what mattered.
Well, by the way, Geriad in the YouTube comments, if the Brewers win, should Murphy call for Jesse's job? Now that would be amazing.
We could start having a conversation. We could start asking if we should have the conversation. That would be fair, Geriad.
I'm going to go to the bullpen for Hunter. All right. I do want to get to some text messages. We had some fun in the YouTube comments. We checked the box of some Brewers and some Packers conversation, but I really do want to know if I'm...
Oh, and by the way, we can't sell our tickets. I've always been... I know the Packers get irritated when there's Honolulu blue and there's Minnesota purple.
Yeah, they do.
And there's black and orange and whatever. And
Honolulu blue really...
Playoffs are different. Counsell is calling out all of his Cubs fans to get up here.
He did.
We can't see an over. We can't. It can't be Chicago blue. Can't.
You're tipping our pitches
Can't
on some
happen.
of our texts we're getting coming in on how we feel about the series. So.
Well, let's get to those coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great topic. Okay. Speaking of great, I am told that the early returns have been very positive and a lot of interest in our trip to England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. So I'm very excited about that because I was, again, talking to the Beaver Dam team. Wade is going on a trip to Tuscany with Colette.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Which if this goes well, maybe I'll become a worldwide traveler with Colette. And you heard Homer earlier in the week talk about his trip to Ireland and how amazing that was. So it's an awesome opportunity with Colette. You can join me on July 5th. That's when our departure is, to go to England, Scotland, and Wales. We're going to see Big Ben in London. We're going to go to Edinburgh or Edinburgh. I guess I've been saying that wrong.
Edinburgh.
Now I'm not sure which one it is.
Someone said Edinburgh.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh.
Castle. It's a castle. Whichever one you want, whatever you want to call it, it's a pretty cool castle. The storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon. We've got all kinds of fun things that we've got planned. A scenic train ride through the rolling hills that lead us right in to the medieval, some might say it differently, city of York. It's all part of the incredible journey. If you're interested, all you have to do is text TRAVEL, the word TRAVEL, to 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. And if you want to add your thoughts on Brewers Cubs, when you do that, go right ahead as well. Or you could just go to ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com. That's ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details. More of your texts, not about our travel to Great Britain, but rather Brewers Cubs next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch on 100.5.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Want your brand to turn heads and win hearts?
Captivate Exhibits can bring your brand to life by transforming lobbies, creating history walls, and beautifying facilities.
For over 32 years, Captivate has been the MVP of trade show exhibits and workplace design and fabrication. Let Captivate craft immersive branded environments that tell your story boldly, beautifully, and with purpose at events and around the office.
Score big by making your next event or your own space unforgettable. Create something legendary by getting started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
To have the two worst passing halves that we've seen through the first quarter of the NFL season is an issue. The first half against the Rams, they had negative passing yards. The second half against the Bucs, Jalen Hurts didn't complete a pass. So those are things that raise an eyebrow. Is this team going to be able to sustain their level of play? Are they going to be able to find a way to continue to win games? Are they going to have block kicks for touchdowns in every single game? Or is this offense going to get back on track? I have questions about the Philadelphia Eagles. Not saying that this team is not capable of competing, because I clearly believe that they are the class of the NFC. But what I am saying is I do not believe that this is sustainable in terms of the team being outgained in yardage in every single game this season.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as one day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway, because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. That means you're invited to save big on this season's top designer looks at prices you'll love. Like an extra 30% off Calvin Klein, Steve Madden, Hugo Boss, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty and fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the Fall VIP Sale. Today, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Slow down on Monday, not a sound. On Wednesday, might get loud. On Friday, but on Saturday, we paint the town. Lose my sense of time or two.
All right, let's get to some of your texts. Then we'll play some trivia. Jesse, you got to skip over all the ones that texted travel. to 844-770-3776 to find out more about our trip.
I don't know if you're joking, but they're rolling in. I see them right here. Travel. People are interested in.
We're really excited.
Edinburgh.
Brother. All right, skip those. What do you got?
I've had this one up for a little bit here. I wanted to get your thoughts on this from Lumberjack John. Good opportunity to exercise the demons by beating the Cubs.
Do we have demons?
Oh, we got demons. Brewers.
What is the biggest demon?
The Demon Deacons, the Blue Demons.
But you are asking about the Brewers demon, not like in the aura of demons. What's the biggest demon, right? Just want to clarify.
Jesse, don't try to buy time. You answered that question that Jason just posed from Lumberjack John. You snap reacted, and you can't. What is the biggest demon?
Cardinals 2011 NLCS.
1982 Cardinals Game 7, and Gorman Thomas strikes out.
I would say Dodgers 18.
Yeah,
NLCS.
I'm with you.
Trent Grisham in the outfield where he botches the play, and if he doesn't botch that baseball, they win the game, and then the Nationals went on to win the World Series. They had the path.
I heard whoever won that wild card game was going to win the World Series.
2021, the Braves beat the Brewers, go on to the World Series. The Diamondbacks come in and sweep us in 2 games in the wild card round. In 22, they go to the World Series.
No, I know the list of it. What's demonic about that? They just came in and beat us.
Because
demonic?
Great regular seasons struggle in the postseason, especially against either divisional opponents or teams that we've become familiar with, like the Dodgers.
Okay.
Which adds to...
I'm with you on this.
I understand where Jason's coming from, being more nervous about this. Like, if they were playing the Padres, of course you want the Brewers to win. You're going to be nervous hanging on every pitch if you're a Brewers fan. But there is more at stake, win or lose, by playing the Cubs for the long-standing rivalry and the legacy of the managers and the franchises and everything, because it's the first time they're ever playing in the postseason. So that's just like playing the Cardinals in 2011 or in 82. Like, that's what's at stake here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's demons. I mean, obviously I think we feel snake bit and we feel like we've had opportunities. Demons is strong. But this will go a long way. This series is obviously, from a psychological standpoint, it's huge. And it's, I think, huge on one end. And I don't like being on that end, but that is where we're at. Like this, I think, and we're acting like the Cubs are some world beaters. The Cubs ain't the Yankees. Like, the Packers are the Yankees. The Cubs ain't the Yankees. Cubs got one blanking World Series in 150 years. Like, let's stop acting like this is some juggernaut of an operation. They're lovable losers as long as we can ever remember. They get one chip in 2016, and now we're sitting here, the big bad Cubs and all this other stuff. I'm out on that.
When you're talking about brands nationally, yeah, Yankees, Cubs, Red Sox, Dodgers, like those are the big 4. Cardinals, maybe.
The Cubs have one championship, Jesse. Big brands nationally have more than one championship in the modern era. Like, come on. So let's not get it twisted, but there's no doubt this is a, like, I'm speaking complete just what, it's nonsensical. No blank. Like, this is a huge series psychologically. If the Brewers don't get it done this weekend, or over this course of this 5-game series, it's going to be, I don't want to even be, it's going to be miserable. But that's not how you look at it. That's not how the clubhouse looks at it.
That's how I look at it.
It's got to just be staying in the present. And I hope we don't have as many fans as I think we might that feel like Jason.
All right, I want to get to a call, and then we'll get to more of your texts. I also, the hold on to your tickets thing that you stated, I think that is a theme. I saw a message from Coach Mack who sent that to us, a few others. I want to get into that as well. Let's take a quick call so we can play trivia, and then we'll circle back to people's vibes. Okay. As I have just finished sharing the Brewers tweet of your vibes and that beautiful family of yours and all the dapping up you were doing as you made your way around AmFam Field. Let's go to Steve in Middleton. Steve, thanks for holding on. Good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch. How are those vibes?
I am nervous but very optimistic, and I'm glad it's the Cubs, and I don't care how many of their fans come up here. I hope we win in 5 to make it as painful as possible for them and send their rear ends back to Illinois across the border with that bum manager.
Get him,
And
Steve.
I want to ask the big skipper a question, too.
I think that's you, Tausch.
Yep.
Say, what do you think about starting Quintana in the 3rd game and then have Mizorowski come in about the 4th inning?
Oh.
So I think if I'm betting, I would think that's probably the thought process. But the question is, where will you be more comfortable? Because if you're going to throw Miz, Miz is not going to be more than 2 or 3 innings, I would think. Is he going to be more comfortable right out of the gate, or is he going to be more comfortable coming in with a lead? You know what I mean? It's not been a position, at least as he's been up in the major leagues, that he's been in. That will be a very interesting decision that Pat Murphy makes, how he's going to approach Game 3. And that even makes Game 1 even more important. Because Game 3 is going to be depending on how the first 2 games goes, that
First
could
game's
be you hope it's not a bucket emptier, but that's obviously going to be a big thought in how they approach it. I would bet that you go Quintana and then Miz.
Yeah.
That would be my guess.
I despise the let's wait and see what happens discussion, but
What are you going to do? You have to adjust, Jesse. You can't keep hammering your head against the wall
Excuse me.
and then see if the wall breaks. Eventually you got to move.
That was the first part of my sentence. There was a comma there, and then I was going to continue. It's Punctuation Friday.
Don't get into your semicolons and your punctuation.
I despise generally when we have conversations. Well, let's wait and see what happens. But I really do think the decision for who pitches and starts Game 3 depends on what happens in Games 1 and 2. If they're up 2-0,
All right, it's split. Jesse, it's split 1-1.
Quintana.
What do you do?
Quintana starts Game 3.
Okay, it's 2-0 Milwaukee.
Miz starts Game 3. If it's me.
0-2.
Quintana.
So you're going to start Quintana.
But all hands
Why
on
would
deck.
you not start Quintana? Okay.
Like, it's Quintana with a short leash, and you're going bullpen. You're out by out, figuring this thing out the rest of the way. If you're down 2-0. But I think if you're comfortable throwing Miz out there, if you're up 2-0, and you can throw, and if Miz is hot and he has a great start, and you end up being able to sweep the Cubs in 3, if he's good, you're in a good spot. If he struggles, all right, you might not win Game 3. Then you can bring in Tobias Myers or someone else to finish it out, save Quintana for Game 4, and you still got 2 more chances to close up shop. That's the way I would approach it. I'm sure Murph has his own ideas for what he's going to do, and it'll be totally different. And
He's listening to get your
I'm sure
thoughts.
he ain't going to listen to me, but that's what I would do.
All right. So, Jesse, you're telling me you want to keep going with text, so we'll push back trivia
Yeah,
to
we
later.
can wait on trivia. We got more text rolling in. We can get
All
to
right.
those.
We'll take more of your texts and your calls on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Tausch, I know that you can't enjoy a Tito's during Game 1 because you'll be calling the game from the big house as the Badgers take on Michigan. But I'm guessing Game 2, there might be a Tito's in there somewhere.
Oh, we'll get after it for Game 2. Hopefully it'll be a 1-0 lead. We'll be celebrating. It's what we love doing. And with Tito's Handmade Vodka, it's always my go-to. Doesn't matter if it's a morning tip and you have a Bloody Mary, if it's an afternoon, if you're golfing, or if it's at a ball game and you want to go lemonade, make sure it's Tito's in your glass. Tito's also gives back in a big way. They partner with nonprofits doing real good out in the communities across the country, especially for our four-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, let's make it with Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Get some more of your Brewers Cubs thoughts, including this ticket issue. Because, again, Michael, known by some on the panel as Rick now in the YouTube comments, if you're offered $2,000 for your ticket,
yep,
are you still saying, no, I owe it to the Brewers to not sell it to a Cubs fan? It's an interesting question.
Yes.
Very tough.
We'll tackle that next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
Bye week for the Green Bay Packers, and head coach Matt LaFleur keeps it pretty simple on what he's focused for his team with 13 games remaining in the NFL regular season.
You got to get these guys their bodies back, and then we all also understand that it's going to be a long haul after the bye, so you better get your mind right to go on that journey and to try to get a little bit better every day.
Audio courtesy of Packers.com. The Packers will take this week off before returning to action at Lambeau Field, where they're 2-0 this year, in Week 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals next Sunday.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and has the same type of breast cancer, who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kesslers is excited to announce that we've designed 3 new Hope pendants to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds, along with an additional donation from Kesslers, will support ABCD when you purchase the symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with all 3 modern designs starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $598 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jesse, do you know what face value is for tickets for the game on tomorrow?
Well, where?
Well, I guess I figured you knew that meant there, because I obviously know that there's a variance.
Let's go lower.
So here, I'll tell you this.
Let's go lower.
So up north, Joe and I are going on Monday night. So Tausch.
Oh my God, you and up north Joe and Tausch.
Yeah.
And whoever he's going with.
Yeah.
I'm definitely taking.
How are we
going
to get trivia done on Tuesday?
We're gonna do a lot of tailgating. We could probably write trivia questions for a month based on how much time we're gonna be out in the park.
I don't have any of the correct answers.
Yeah, it could get real interesting depending on how many Coors Lights we do in tribute to Uke before the game. But
oh, that's a good pull.
Thank you very much. So up north, Joe and I paid $80 a piece for the 200 level in the outfield. So
okay, that you bought those from the Brewers.
Yep, left field line, $80 a piece for Game 2 Monday night.
Awesome.
Okay, money well spent.
I agree.
So if Georgie from Wrigleyville calls you and up
It took
north
that
Joe
long to get to Wrigleyville?
Well, I was trying to think of a suburb that was
Naperville,
Arlington or
Lincoln Park,
Naperville, or I was trying to think of something I couldn't. So thanks for pointing that out.
You're welcome.
And they offer you
Norman Naperville.
$400.
Norman Naperville.
$400 a ticket. What are you and Up North Joe doing?
There is no way I would sell a ticket to a Cubs fan for any amount of money for a playoff game. And I know you're going to say, there's no amount of, like, if someone offers me $1 million for Game 2 of the NLDS, sure.
If I may interrupt, AC in the YouTube comments of ESPN Madison is actually in real time checking the prices of tickets now that we've started this. The most expensive ticket that is on the secondary market per AC, who clearly is someone that we can trust and is giving us accurate information because he's in the YouTube comments and everything's accurate in the YouTube chat. $1,100 is right now the most expensive secondary market ticket. It is, again, per AC, second row behind home plate. Okay? The tickets that Jesse is talking about, those are $250 plus right now per AC, the ticket broker in our YouTube chat. So you're telling me...
It's a lot more constructive than Jim's commentary.
Indeed. So we appreciate you, AC. Thank you for your service. So there is no number. Is there a number that Becca would say, honey?
Oh, but... I'm worried about, I'm glad I'm going to the game Monday night because Becca would be asleep probably before first pitch, and I would be a nervous wreck watching it on the big TV in the basement. So Becca's not a big Brewers fan. So
but she would like extra money in the household.
I'm sure she would. Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Just went on this Disney trip for pretty cheap.
And you're saying there's no amount of money. Like if someone came to you right now and said $750, you guys get $1,500 between the two of you for your $80 tickets. You're like, nope, I'm going. Forget you.
This is our biggest rival. I understand we are not the Cubs' biggest rival. This is the Brewers' biggest rival. Our former manager chose to leave our organization to go be the manager of that team. We are the best team in baseball. This may be our best chance ever to go win the World Series. And we're hosting them in Game 2 of the NLDS, first time ever in postseason history, playing the biggest rival to our team. And if you consider selling those tickets for any amount of money, then you don't deserve to be a fan of the Milwaukee Brewers. Shame on you for doing that. Unacceptable. If you want to sell your tickets to a June game, I'll be upset with you, but I'll understand it if you want to get triple price for it. You cannot sell a ticket to a postseason game. They went 26 years without being in the postseason for a stretch. I wasn't sure when I was a kid if they were ever going to get to the playoffs in my lifetime. And now they're in the golden age of baseball, and now they get the chance, the opportunity to play the Cubs in one of the biggest series in franchise history. And if you're going to consider selling your tickets to the rival team's fans to come up because you can make a few extra bucks.
That's more than a few.
Like, go drive for Uber instead. Make a few extra bucks that way. Like, figure it out a different. Figure it out a different way. Pick up a side job. Like,
go Uber in a bar.
Something else besides sell your tickets to Cubs fans or on the secondary market in general if you don't know you're selling to Cubs fans. Like, keep those tickets. Go to the game. You bought them for a reason.
Okay. Jeriad in the YouTube comments also pointed out tickets are higher than he was expecting. So I don't know if he was planning on making the trip from Canton, Ohio for this, but the price point is a little bit higher than he anticipated. Jesse, what do we got on the text line when it comes to this topic?
Yeah, Don in Sun Prairie chimes in. I'm not nervous about being a better team than the Cubs because I think we are, but I am nervous about how many Cubs fans may be at AmFam for our playoff games.
What are we thinking? 40%? 30%?
God, I hope not.
What's it normally like for a normal Brewers-Cubs regular season game that you have attended and gotten into, not fisticuffs, but maybe a disagreement or two over the years?
50-50, and the day games skew Cubs.
It'll be less than 50-50.
Yeah, I would agree.
I think if we can get it to 25-75, I think we'll be happy with that. Don't you think?
Yeah.
It should be 80-20. That's my thought. It should be 80-20. If Brewers fans gobbled these tickets up before they even knew that the Cubs would be the opponent, it should be 80-20. And I hope Brewers fans aren't selling their tickets on the secondary market to make a few bucks just because the game's at 8 p.m. or whatever.
That doesn't help, though, right? Doesn't help. That late start.
It's better. It's probably better than 2 p.m. Because at least
take the day off of school, you go to the game too. All right, we will we'll pivot to some Packers conversation for the gyms of the world coming up during the 10 o'clock hour. Want to remind you, Grubeloff's is great partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. I see Dave in those commercials walking around with his Brewers shirts. Kind of like Gabe had all of his hung up during Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning. Behind him, he had the eye black on. He's ready. He's committed. He's all in. And so are Gruber Law Offices when it comes to helping you if you've been injured in an accident. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Or go to the website gruber-law.com to find out more. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch starts in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics, all included in your membership. And right now, if you're not ready to commit to a full membership, you can try it all with their special trial offer. 30 days for $30. That's 1 full month of unlimited play, leagues, and clinics for only $30. Check it out at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com.
Crispy chicken just keeps getting better at Cousin Subs. Try our crispy chicken basket, complete with 3 white meat tenders and a regular fry, a meal made easy. And for the little ones, our kids meal comes with 2 crispy tenders, applesauce, a juice box, and cookie. Just the right size for growing appetites. Made with quality chicken and ready to enjoy in-store, online, or on the app. But hurry, these crispy favorites are only around for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically Screamin'.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. We're going to pivot to some Packers conversation, although it's going to be kind of Rams 49ers conversation. Did you get to see any of the game along with your free shipping from Amazon last night, Tausch?
I did see the overtime. And I have to admit, I'm not always right. I had fought years about overtime, and I still believe that the NFL overtime is 100 times better than college, and you'll never sway me on that.
Okay, I agree.
But I've always thought that overtime, stopping defense is a big part of football. Still is. I don't think they should have ever switched the scoring a touchdown rule. If you give up a touchdown, you deserve to lose. I'll stand by that. I think it was crazy. But the drama and the strategy that is now being asked of coaches and players in a 10-minute overtime is phenomenal. Overtime, the NFL fixed something. They did it well. They have gotten this right.
Wow.
Because last night, well, I've always said the kicking a 60-yard field goal shouldn't be enough. I have come around on that, but I always thought you still need to make a stop. If you can't stop somebody from scoring a tutter, you don't deserve to win.
And your counterpoint when someone would say, but the team that gets the ball first doesn't have to make a stop, was what?
Go boo in a bar. Like your defense is a big part of the game.
Okay.
You should give up a touchdown on less than 15% of drives. If you can't do it, hey, cry about it. Sucks. Get your defense better. Kicking a long field goal, I get.
Okay.
In this case, what we saw both in the Packer-Cowboy game and last night, for everybody that thought the coin toss is so important, the coin toss is. And now you want to go second because you have a much bigger advantage. Now, do you have a bigger advantage when it's 4th and 1 and you get the ball shoved down your throat and you go running off the field? San Francisco had no business winning that game. I give them a ton of credit. They did. But Sean McVay and Kyron Williams, they just didn't get it done. But the overtime rule, I hate to say it, the NFL they have fixed the problem in a great way, and it is now the gold standard of overtime rules. Wow. The NFL has.
Thank you for. Well, not everyone can admit when they were wrong. And you just did.
Okay.
Can I disagree?
You certainly may. Actually, I'd prefer it.
I think we're going to see a lot more ties now, like the Packers game the other day.
Yeah, tough luck. Go boo in a bar. Like you have options to not tie.
You
have a bunch of options to not tie.
You, who are so anti-soccer, in one reason because there are so many ties, and it's like you invest in all this, and then you end up just drawing at the end, and it achieves nothing. you want more ties in the NFL because shortening the overtime to 10 minutes and then allowing both teams to have a full possession no matter what type of score you have.
I think there's been 30 ties in 25 years. So
they changed the rules. That's the point. Like, there's going to be more now. You're seeing it more regularly. Like, there was like one when I was a kid. It was
been one tie all season.
In 4 weeks. And there was almost another one last night if the Rams weren't stupid and went for it.
Almost. Almost doesn't count in the football. Well, it doesn't.
But it does in horseshoe.
I think.
And Coob.
I think Matt LaFleur.
Jesse, here's the deal. Here's the deal. I was a staunch advocate that football is meant to be played with great special teams, defense, and offense. It can't just be about one. Everybody cried and whined and was totally lame about it. And, they switched it where you got – if you gave up a touchdown, I thought that was really good. But when you can frame it and have to look at it really strategically and now have to start wondering the team – and we haven't seen a ton of this – where if a team goes down and scores a touchdown. If Dallas had scored a touchdown Sunday – Green Bay would have had to have scored a touchdown.
Correct.
And I think they would have. Had they not kicked the field goal, I think they would have scored a touchdown.
Okay.
And then the question is, you got the stones to go for two. You have to go for two because then you give the ball back and Aubrey can go kick a field goal. And you lose. And that was always my point. Well, you still have to make a stop. Well, you don't because you can go for two. And that was where I wish that would have happened because – then you're really starting to see the strategy part of this I love. And now overtime is strategery city, as George W. Bush used to say. It is now strategery city. And how do you not love that? You have to. So I have to admit that when you can – it isn't, line up at the 25 and, see if you can score. College football needs to change to the NFL rules. That's what needs
Even
to
if
happen.
it means more
Penn
ties.
State, Oregon should have been that way. With less secure kicking, college overtime, I do declare two things are going to happen in the next 5 years. When college football goes completely to the professional model with salary caps and with all of that and with different however it's going to shake out, they will incorporate the overtime rules as well. And also, you're going to see the field goal posts this offseason narrowed. Those are two things I think you're going to see in the next 5 years.
My interest is piqued on that, but I want to. So here's the issue that I have with all this argument about the overtime. It's not an issue with the actual concept. So then, because of where the clock was at, that it was going to be the last play of the game, do you agree with Matt LaFleur kicking the field goal to salvage a tie?
Absolutely.
Or do you okay. Under what circumstances would you have wanted him, even though the Cowboys kicked the field goal, would you want him to go for the touchdown? Like 4th and goal
if
from the 4?
No, if it's week 17 and you need a win to get in.
Okay. But otherwise, it's okay to play it safe there. Because I think there's a lot of folks, I saw it on my timeline this morning because I did not see the end of the game. I actually went to bed for a change. There were a lot of people that were saying, well, why didn't Matt LaFleur do this? I admire the fact that Sean McVay went for the win. Because
they were going to go down and get beat. There's 4 minutes left on the clock yet, and San Fran had talents. If he kicks the field goal, that he knows he's going to get beat. That's why he did it.
Again,
because he was trying to be some hero. If it was 4th and 5, he probably kicks it. 4th, it probably would have gotten it because Stafford was on fire last night. 4th and 1, the reason he did it, he didn't want to give the ball back. Like, let's not try to act like McVay's some hero. So the question I have is, if Dallas scored a tutter and Green Bay scores a touchdown with 3 minutes left, do they kick the extra point and give the ball back to Dallas?
And what would you do if you were Matt?
No, I'm asking you. What do they do?
I think they, with Matt LaFleur as the head coach, they kick the extra
well, that's
point.
Who's coaching them.
And then
he's coaching the team.
Well, I know, but I thought maybe you were coaching the team in this hypothetical.
I was coaching the Brewers last segment, so
you just were managing them. Yeah, you and Pat Murphy together, co-managers. So Matt LaFleur kicks the extra point.
With 3 minutes left? No, he doesn't. The real question is, if there's 15 seconds left and you score, then do you kick the extra point or go for 2? At that point, if there's 3 minutes left and they're already filling their britches about Aubrey kicking a game-winning field goal, you think he's going to kick off with our special teams and give them a chance to go win with a field goal? No, he wouldn't. That's crazy town. With 15 seconds left, you have to think, all right, if I get the 2, we win. If we don't, we lose. I think he goes for 2 in both cases. If you decide to take the ball second in overtime in the NFL and the other team scores, you are committing to going for 2. Otherwise, don't do it. Unless you need a tie to get into playoffs. Any other reason, you go for it. And in the case of LaFleur, if there's 15 seconds left, that's when you got to show your stones. Because they're not going to get a field goal in 15 seconds, I don't think. Although Aubrey, the guy can kick from 80 yards. That's when you got to figure out where your stonage is at. 3 minutes, no. You don't give the ball back.
Where your stonage is at.
You don't give the ball back to the opposing team. And that's why the more I've started to see this thing and think it through, I'm giving Roger Goodell and their rules team a ton of love for getting it right. College is going to incorporate this, and I think everybody's going to be happy about it.
We'll continue some more Packers conversation for those of you that were not enjoying our Brewers discussion. But before we can do anything, Tausch needs to tell us about Hard Rock Casino Rockford.
Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Who's favored down there, Jesse? Brewers or Cubs?
The Brewers
Chris
are
Rock.
favored in the series.
All right. Well, head on down there, have some fun, watch the game. They're great entertainment space. 1,300 slot machines. 50 live table games, a sports book, and a rock shop. They also have the Hard Rock Live Entertainment Venue, 23,000 square feet, premium concert and event space. Terry Bradshaw has been down there. I just saw Dolly's not doing great. She had to cancel one of her shows. I don't think she's scheduled yet up for Hard Rock Casino Rockford, but boy, if she did, I'd be there. And you could go down LED screens and experience up to 2,000 guests down at the Hard Rock Live Entertainment Venue. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois, about an hour from the greater Madison location.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. While the green and gold have been doing some off-roading.
That was poorly managed. Almost lost the game before they had a chance to tie.
It was like watching a slow motion car crash in front of your face where I'm just looking at the clock and I'm like, oh my God.
It's time for the Pack to get back into the fast lane. Get all your Packers bye-week coverage right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off, plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The teams are ready to go. The question is, are you ready? HD TVs in every room. Check. Blue and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, check, and check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your Milwaukee baseball party or tailgate. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your Milwaukee baseball playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders welcome in New Berlin Eisenhower this Friday for homecoming.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Tune in Friday at 7 on 94.5 ESPN and the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Home buyers are raving about their experiences with the Citizens Bank mortgage team.
Aaron helped me get pre-approved really fast, like before the open house even started.
I called Devin so many times with questions, and he always answered.
It's more than a mortgage. It's your future. And at Citizens Bank, we make it personal. Learn more at citizensbankwi.bank/mortgage. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender. NMLS 746419.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
A little bit of bad news for former Badgers running back Braylon Allen. The injury he suffered in the Monday night game with the Dolphins. He will miss 8 to 12 weeks. That's not good. Surgery still on the table per rap sheet, so we wish him a get well soon. But that is from Jets coach Aaron Glenn. All right, let's get to a call here. And I feel like it's been a while since we heard from Jim on the South Side. He's been busy, I guess. Jim, good morning. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, and thanks for taking my call today. You guys have been talking a lot recently about the Packers' youth, and there's been questions about the youth. But I listened to Brian Balaga, Iowa, on Homer the other day, and I listened to you, Jason, this morning, saying that the Packers' youth has experience, but I'm wondering if they're lacking leaders. You know, Balaga said they needed somebody to hustle them up to the line in the last end of that game on Monday night or Sunday night. And it just seems to me that we don't have guys to kind of shake people up and get them motivated to produce.
I'm intrigued by this theory. So for those that did not hear me with Gabe and Josh DiMaggio, Big Cat, on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, you know, there was a lot of talk. I don't know how we got on the subject because it was mostly Brewers, but they were nice enough to interrupt their Brewers conversation to let me discuss the Packers with them. But the idea that, oh, they're still a young team, they're still a young team. And no less authority than Brian J. Gutekunst himself has said they may be still young, but they're not inexperienced. And I'm especially talking about the 2022 and 2023 draft classes, right? I mean, Tausch, do you think of Tucker Kraft as inexperienced? Do you think of any of those three offensive linemen, Zach Tom, Sean Ryan, Shido, Romeo Dobbs? Do you think of them as inexperienced young guys anymore?
No.
You shouldn't, right?
No.
The 2024 draft class, those guys were rookies last year. Obviously, this year's draft class is rookies. But I think what Goody's point is that you live through the growing pains so they can become fully formed NFL players, and then you expect them to perform like that. They may still be young, but they got that experience, right? You got experience right away. There are other players that sat for a year or two. Not just quarterbacks either, right? Guys that they couldn't crack the lineup, whoever they had in front of them. Jordan Morgan has kind of gone through that, and injuries have been the only thing that's got him in the lineup this year. So I don't think we should make the excuse or the explanation, if you prefer, that the Packers, they still make youthful mistakes. I think that was the point that both Blue and I were making independently of each other. What say you?
It's leadership isn't an age thing. The experience that you gain is what matters, and then how you pass that experience on to the younger players in your practice habits and how you go about your business. But as far as offensively trying to figure out who the leader is, and really I think what Jim is asking is, at the end of that game, how did we let that happen with a quarterback that's in his third year as a starter and with a coach at his seventh year as a coach? And those are fair questions to ask. What you would have hoped to have happen there is Jordan Love fully comprehending what was going on, and then going out and executing and knowing the plan. If this happens, I do this. If this happens, I do that. And if you want to say, well, Elton Jenkins should have sped things up because the center runs the huddle. The center will set the huddle. The quarterback runs the huddle. That's how this has always worked. And if Elton is probably the most experienced guy in that offense. As a matter of fact, I'm almost positive he is.
Mm-hmm.
There are question marks about, what could they have done different? I've went back to the entire time that it was that one play that threw the whole thing off, and then not understanding how it was going to work. I think Jordan has done a really good job in the past on getting guys up to the line and doing things. Now, decision-making always hasn't been the best when it comes to, throwing a ball right before the half in L.A. and then doing what he did in Cleveland, and then obviously the Charlie check down this week. But I don't think this team has a leadership problem. I don't think that at all. I think what happened was you played a bad game against the Cleveland Browns, and then last week it was just an uncharacteristic deal, and the circumstances were very unique to an NFL game, and the Green Bay Packers hadn't went through that and didn't handle it in a very good way.
Yeah, and thanks for the call, Jim.
Jason,
we appreciate it.
Is Jordan Love a good leader? Is Jordan Love a good leader?
Yeah, yes. Again, as I've said many times, I would like him to be my quarterback because he's not a jerk in his leadership style. Now, you have said, and the NFL is not a place for sensitive Sallies like me, but there are times when you have to chew a guy out, whether that is good for them and that's the way they prefer to be admonished or not. But I would say that Jordan Love's connectivity with his teammates is really, really good. And I think that's an important piece to being a really effective leader. Now, in that moment, and it's not just his fault, it's not just Matt LaFleur's fault, it's not just Elton Jenkins' fault, it's everybody's fault. But I was baffled by how nonchalant they were. I don't understand. I just don't, for the life of me, understand how that happened. I just don't. And I learned today from Gabe, who connected through a third party with an NFL official, who said that when the shot clock, if you will, is dark, that the coach is able to communicate in the quarterback's headset throughout. So I can't imagine Matt LaFleur wasn't saying, all right, Jordan, we got to go, let's go, come on, we got to go, hurry up, we got to go, clock's ticking, we got to go. And they still all seem to take their sweet time. So that will continue to baffle me. A slow-motion car crash, as he put it. He's exactly right. It was a train wreck. It was terrible. But there's a lot of blame that goes around for that. And I think this is why the leadership and the youth question came up is, how did someone not take the bull by the horns and say, let's go here? What are we doing? That's what I don't get. 844-770-3776. If you have other Packers questions that you would like us to address so we don't talk Brewers, I'm still a little bit it's nice to see Noah in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments. Packers talking a bye week. Come on! Let's talk Brewers. They're in the NLDS.
Can't make anyone happy around here.
No, you definitely can't. Neither can I. But UW Credit Union and Tausch made everybody at AmFam Field happy, spreading the positive vibes in advance of the playoffs.
Great partner of the Milwaukee Brewers and of Wilde Tausch, and for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here forever you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals, and it's simple. They keep your banking local, they have great member-first service, and they have great perks like early payday, but also got Bucky. 85 years young. I just saw Bucky turned.
Birthday yesterday,
birthday at the GPO. But Bucky, how do you say no to that pretty little face? If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fan will make us do crazy things. This just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member today and get your Bucky card like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
Lots of Packers thoughts, but we do need to do this even though we don't have a traditional Friday show. Jesse loves it when we do this. Sometimes he has very limited choices. Today he has lots of them. The weekend preview, presented by Coors Light, is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Bye week for the Green Bay Packers, and head coach Matt LaFleur keeps it pretty simple on what he's focused for his team with 13 games remaining in the NFL regular season.
We got to get these guys their bodies back, and then we all also understand that it's going to be a long haul after the bye, so you better get your mind right to go on that journey and to try to get a little bit better every day.
Audio courtesy of Packers.com. The Packers will take this week off before returning to action at Lambeau Field, where they're 2-0 this year, in Week 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals next Sunday. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Zero restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and we are wrapping up an incredible September run. 4-2 or better every single Saturday this football season has keyed a huge September. Players props winning again. Major League Baseball playoffs start this week. Basketball season is right around the corner. Go to fatjacksports.com and get on board with what's a great start to the season. We're going to be falling into profit all October long for under $100 a week. Fatjacksports.com. Get signed up today and win this weekend betting the games against the spread.
Hi, everyone. This is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. For decades, Guest House of Milwaukee has been here for our neighbors, providing shelter, housing, and the support needed to break the cycle of homelessness. We're not just offering a bed for the night. We're helping people rebuild their lives through case management, housing navigation, mental health, and addiction counseling. You can help us make a difference. Learn more at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org, and together we can ensure everyone has a place to call home.
Whoa, what are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni, both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray.
Dang! Woo! These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Like I told you, it's a Packers bye week, so you won't have them on your scheduling docket. You do have Brewers Cubs on Saturday. But what are you going to watch during the weekend preview?
Lots to choose from this weekend. Again, the rules for the weekend preview, we do not include the Wisconsin sports team. So the Brewers game not included on here. The Wisconsin Badgers game not included on here. Weekend preview, I'm going to give you a whole list of games going on. You pick the one that you find to be the most compelling that you want to tune into.
Jess, you going to watch the Badger game tomorrow?
Yes. I am hosting the pregame show on ESPN Wisconsin. I will be watching at least until halftime. Once the Brewers game starts at 1, no promises.
I will definitely have it on. And I will be syncing up my Varsity app so I can hear you and Matthew LePay on the call. It is really easy to do, by the way. If that's something you're interested in, the instructions are simple. Pause your TV if you've got the DVR-style box, or if you're watching on whatever your streaming service is. Sync up the audio on the Varsity app, and then, boom, you're good to go. You get old T and Matty LePay.
Let's go.
Instead of whoever they've got.
Shock the world. Let's shock the world tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
I might go boo in a bar, and then they could have that on one TV, and then the Brewers game on another TV, and we'll be happy.
Can I just say that Barry Alvarez, God bless him, between... Who the hell gives a blank about and go boo in a bar?
Go boo in a bar.
Is an incredible gift. He just is.
So all
you
these games,
go boo in a bar.
You can choose the boo in a bar for all these games. This is the SEC on I almost said CBS. The SEC on ABC big game tomorrow. Everyone in the world can get behind 16th ranked Vanderbilt.
Yeah, let's go!
Commodores are undefeated, and they take on 10th ranked Alabama in Tuscaloosa tomorrow. Vandy won it last year. Remember that one in Nashville? They carried the goalpost all the way over to the river.
Their coach is the real deal, isn't he?
Their
got
quarterback
them winning.
is really good. Their coaches, Vanderbilt. Fun squad. 2:30 on ABC tomorrow afternoon. The nightcap on ABC. Number 3, Miami. Number 18, Florida State at 6:30 on ABC and the ESPN app. Minnesota and number 1, Ohio State. That's your Saturday night Big Ten game on NBC at 6:30. Then on Sunday, we've got another Europe game. Vikings-Browns in London.
Let's go.
Vikings, the first team besides the Jacksonville Jaguars last year to play back-to-back games in Europe. They are the first team ever to play back-to-back games in Europe in 2 different countries.
Did they use Colette Travel for that or not?
They were smart, they did. I'll have to ask Kevin Seifert.
I heard they went to Edinburgh this week because they're getting ready for it.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, I need to. I'm gonna need to pronounce that correctly moving forward. There's no doubt about it. I am curious. I should text Kevin Seifert. So you cover the Vikings? That's his job for the ESPN. He's the Rob Domofsky of the Twin Cities. So did he's been in Europe now for like 9 days? You don't come home and then go back, right?
Kind of a 2-week trip to Europe, yeah.
Could have gone with Colette.
Kind of nice.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
So Vikings-Browns, 8:30 Sunday morning on the NFL Network. Your Sunday noon games, Broncos-Eagles at noon with Nance and Romo on CBS. Cowboys-Jets is the best we could do Sunday at noon on Fox. 3:25 Lions-Bengals, the game we'll get in Wisconsin, as opposed to much of the country getting Burkhardt and Brady calling Commanders-Chargers. We get Lions-Bengals on Sunday afternoon. And then your Sunday night game, Patriots-Bills, rounds out your football weekend. Tausch, any of those stand out to you?
Yeah, Eagles-Broncos. I think that has a chance to be a Super Bowl matchup. And I think that both those teams are going to position themselves to be in that mix. So, yeah, I'm very intrigued by that one. As far as all the other games, it seems like it'd be a good apple orchard weekend.
I agree.
Not a ton of juice.
Not the best slate of football games.
No, obviously last weekend was just littered with great games. This weekend, obviously with Green Bay not playing, it's going to be all Brewers all the time, especially for Saturday, and then we'll get prepped for Monday. But, yeah, Eagles and Broncos, no-brainer to me. That's the game I want to watch.
Jesse, you didn't put any of the other baseball games on. All 4 series get underway tomorrow, correct?
Saturday, yep, all 4 games.
That's tomorrow, right?
Yes. So we've got Yankees, Blue Jays, Dodgers, Phillies, of course, and then Tigers, Mariners, your divisional round series. All start on Saturday.
If you could get your desired matchup in the World Series, it would be the Brewers versus whom?
Yankees.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
Why?
David and Goliath.
I want to end that billet bat, that whole billet bat deal. Like
torpedo bat.
I love the synergy of the whole thing. I love how it all comes back around in this full circle.
Bookend the season. I want the entire world cheering for the Brewers winning it for Uke. Best way to do that is not to play the big dumper or the Tigers or the Blue Jays.
Yeah, you want to have eyeballs. Yep, I agree with Jesse. It's all Yankees all the time now. Even though I wanted him to lose to Boston, now
I can't root for the Yankees in any. I just can't. Can't do it.
Fans of other teams, I know this for a fact. Fans of other teams want Brewers Mariners.
Yeah, I'm in that crowd. That's who I was going to say.
That way, one of those teams is guaranteed to win their first.
Yes,
you got a little bit of history between.
You're making my argument for me. Thank you.
We ain't gonna give two rips if we don't win the World Series. We don't care who else wins.
No, I'm saying, like, my friend is a Braves fan. He said, I'm pulling for a Brewers-Mariners World Series. He wants two teams
I understand.
who've never done.
I'm saying from our end, like the Brewers, if they don't win it,
there's no solace in losing to the Mariners. I get it.
Yeah.
No.
I understand.
Oh, that's great. You know what? We just got our hearts ripped up, but the Mariners get to celebrate.
The team that left Seattle against the team that's in Seattle.
I want to beat the Cubs, the Dodgers, and the Yankees to go win the World Series.
Cubs, Dodgers, Mariners.
Yeah, I'm on board with that plan. I like all of it. Like the whole thing.
Bring the juggernauts. Bring the national brands. Let's take them all down.
The national brands. Okay. I want the big dumper in the World Series. By the way, Gabe Neitzel, and we're done with the weekend preview. Gabe Neitzel recommended to me the William Contreras piece on the Players Tribune. He was right. It's really good. It's well worth your time. It's not that long either. It's very manageable. Shorter than most of my stories at channel3000.com. All right, time for trivia. Jesse, we've talked a lot of Brewers. We did placate our Packers fans in the YouTube chat dwellings. What's the category? What color do you want?
Today's trivia category, great moments in Brewers-Cubs history as we get set for Game 1 of the NLDS tomorrow.
All right. Caller? Did you just say the caller?
I did not. Let's do caller
Thought I was listening.
5. Best of 5.
Best of 5. Got to win Game 1, though. It's all about Game 1. Caller 5 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 5 plays trivia after Tausch tells us about his love of Coors Light.
Indeed, and whether you're tailgating pregame before a 1 o'clock, an 8 o'clock, a 4 o'clock game down at AmFam Field, it's always got to be Coors Light in your hand. As Jesse likes to give one up for Uke. Crack open that Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light, brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold package, so it is made to chill. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories. Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Trivia's
I hope
next.
the Rockies win a world championship if we don't. Says no one.
Well, they're not even in the playoffs.
I know.
They're really bad.
Yeah.
Oakland A's bad. It's hard to believe that the Brewers didn't disband after they got swept in that series in June last year.
Why are you saying this? Like, if we lose in the playoffs, yes, it doesn't really matter who goes on to win it. We'll be upset.
Okay.
If the Brewers don't make the playoffs, don't we usually like pick a team to pull for? Like, that's not an abnormal thing for a sports fan to do.
No,
if the Brewers lose the series to the Cubs, are you rooting for the Mariners?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
That's not what that wasn't. That you guys just changed. You guys, like the NFL is going to do, you just moved the goalposts. You just moved it.
Well, they're not moving them. You said that they're going to shrink them.
Shrink
they're
the
still
goalposts.
staying.
Yeah, I
in the
wonder
same
how
spot.
much they're going to move it in. Yeah, they're definitely going to move the goalposts in, and they should.
All right. As much as I'd love to debate this, I would like to see Brewers Mariners. I'm not saying that because I want the Mariners to win the World Series. I just don't like the Yankees. I don't like Yankees fans. I just don't. I can't do it. Don't enjoy it. Rich Pisacci, a big Yankees
Who's Paul
fan.
Molitor going to root for if it's Blue Jays Brewers?
I haven't seen him do it just a bit outside to the Toronto Blue
North
Jays
of the
edition, where Joe Carter wins it with a home run.
Wasn't he the MVP and World Series champion there?
I believe so. Yeah. He also played for the Twins.
So I
and
think
managed
it's a fair
them.
question.
I didn't say it wasn't a fair question. I just am saying that
You kind of did. You said he wasn't in a movie or something.
Right, but he talks about the Brewers winning a World Series someday in just a bit outside.
Yeah, but he won a World Series in Toronto.
I agree with you. He did win a World Series in Toronto. I agree. You're right. Trivia's next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Keep it to WTMJ as the Brewers fight their way to a pennant throughout the run of the playoffs. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from ESPN Milwaukee's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. The crew, they're in the postseason, and you can still get swings inside the ballpark at X-Golf at American Family Field. If you're heading to the ballpark for any of the Brewers postseason games, make sure you stop up at X-Golf on the club level. Their pro, Andy Birrick, going to be running fun games all throughout the postseason, plus check out their exclusive drink and food menu. It's all at the X-Golf inside American Family Field, and you should be checking it out during Brewer postseason games and get in on the fun.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Cheer on your UW Whitewater Warhawks football team as they return home to face UW Lacrosse in a top 10 battle this Saturday in Whitewater. This conference opener kicks off at 1 p.m. Make plans to bring the family for Alumni Day and Family Fest at Perkins Stadium. Get tickets now at uwwsports.com. Experience national championship level college football this Saturday when the Warhawks welcome in the Eagles. Kickoff at 1 p.m. Buy your tickets at uwwsports.com. Warhawk football, powered by tradition.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
tomorrow. Packers on their bye week. Sometimes we miss a day, but we never take a bye. From Wilde Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Hey, that dude that struck out 12 last night for the Yankees to make that game a 1 o'clock game tomorrow for the Brewers and Cubs, he's a rookie?
Schlitter.
Boy, that's got to be a dangerous name
That's
for
tough, I would think.
for the team at ESPN New York.
Does he throw a splitter?
I don't know.
Splitter throws quite this. I'm not even going to risk it.
If we had a Yankees-Reds World Series, we would have had a potential pitching matchup of Schlitter versus Ashcraft.
That would have been something.
Yeah.
All right, let's play trivia. Let's welcome in our contestants in a much less dangerous place to pronounce Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. It is John, who is a first-time contestant. Hi, John. Welcome in. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Morning.
Long-time caller, first-time picked, or just started trying for trivia?
Yeah, long-time listener. Called a couple of times, but in the car today, I thought, hey, I'll give it a call, and got through, and here I am. So.
All right. Well, we wish you good luck as a first-time contestant, or as Tausch would say.
John, are you nervous?
Good luck.
Are you nervous about this Brewers-Cubs matchup?
Well, yeah, a little bit. You know, it could go. You just don't know which way it can go. If the young guys for the Brewers can keep continuing what they're doing, which is playing, smart baseball, they got a good chance. But you never know. So we'll find out here starting tomorrow.
Let's go.
God, there's a Jason Wildeism if I've ever heard one. Well, we'll find out starting tomorrow.
I do have a question, though, and I didn't realize this. What's wrong with Woodruff?
They haven't announced what they're doing yet, right? Have they announced, Woody? It doesn't seem as if he's going to be available, judging by all of the leakage and the kind of the conversation. But I think, is it his shoulder, J-Dub? I don't think we know for sure.
Yeah,
it is a right lat strain.
Lat. Okay.
Doing a lot of lats. All right, let's get to trivia. John, question 1. Are you participating in this at all, Tausch, or am I doing all 3?
You got it. Take it out. I'll help John.
Saving the voice for the big house.
Yeah, exactly. Question 1, John, is this. Which legendary Brewers pitcher tossed a complete game on the final day of the 2008 season, helping the Brewers secure a win over the Chicago Cubs and the franchise's first playoff appearance since 1982, and later had his pants stolen? Is it C.C. Sabathia, Ben Sheets, or Valerio de los Santos?
I got to go with CC.
CC. Indeed, 1 for 1. Question 2. The Brewers won their first NL Central Division title ever in 2011, thanks to a win over the Florida Marlins and a Chicago Cubs win over which other NL Central team? Did the Cubbies beat the Cincinnati Reds, the Pittsburgh Pirates, or the St. Louis Cardinals?
I would have to go with St. Louis Cardinals.
You are 2 for 2, good sir. Question 3.
Rolling.
Hopefully the Brewers will be up 2-0 after 2 as well. Also the starter for Game 7 of the NLCS against the Dodgers. Which Brewers pitcher retired 11 of the first 12 batters he faced and gave up just 1 hit in 5 2/3 innings starting game number 163 at Wrigley Field at the end of the 2018 season? Was that pitcher Chase Anderson, Wade Miley, or Yolis Chassin?
Oh, boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with Wade Miley.
Where is Yolis Chassin now? Because he was, I'm not saying he was CC Sabathia, but there was Yolis Chassin mania in 2018,
Yeah,
right?
it's a
Am I
fun name to
misremembering
say,
that?
Hard name to spell. That's why.
Very. It's not
J-H, right?
It's not a. It's a challenging. JHOULYS CHACIN. Yeah, I don't. He's apparently last time he pitched was in 2022 for the Colorado Rockies.
He dissipated quickly after that 2018 season.
But he was really good.
He pitched Game 163 and Game 7 of the NLCS. Maybe he shouldn't have pitched Game 7 of the NLCS, but he did.
Yeah.
But he was great in 163.
Yeah, he also is not the correct answer to question 3. So, John, you got 2 out of 3. That means you get 3 out of the 4 possible entries into our drawing coming up a little bit later in the program. Thanks, buddy. Welcome to the trivia crew.
Sounds good. Go Brewers, and love you guys.
All right, love you guys.
Let's go. That's a good way to start the 11 o'clock hour, I think.
And we will do exactly that in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Bye week for the Green Bay Packers, and head coach Matt LaFleur keeps it pretty simple on what he's focused for his team with 13 games remaining in the NFL regular season.
You got to get these guys their bodies back, and then we all also understand that it's going to be a long haul after the bye, so you better get your mind right to go on that journey and to try to get a little bit better every day.
Audio courtesy of Packers.com. The Packers will take this week off before returning to action at Lambeau Field, where they're 2-0 this year, in Week 6 against the Cincinnati Bengals next Sunday. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball is heading to Milwaukee this December when they play in the Milwaukee Hoops Showdown on Friday, December 19th at Pfizer Forum. The Badgers will tangle with Villanova at 7 p.m. with UW-Milwaukee and South Dakota State starting the action at 4 p.m. 2 marquee men's basketball games, 1 exciting event at Pfizer Forum. Make plans and get your tickets now at PfizerForum.com/showdown. The Badgers headline the action on Friday, December 19th, and you don't want to miss it. Tickets are now available at PfizerForum.com/showdown.
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Begins now, and it begins with one of our favorite things to do on a Friday, although we don't have any Packers games to do it off of. It's time for our prize picks of the week.
Real projections courtesy of Prize Picks. I don't know if we've ever done this before in our Prize Picks of the week. The Brewers postseason edition of Prize Picks of the week.
Oh, boy.
Old T, we got Game 1 projections for the NLDS with the Cubs coming to town tomorrow afternoon. Freddie Peralta is the starter for the Crew. Opening day starter, he gets Game 1 of the NLDS. More or less than 6.5 strikeouts for fastball Freddie tomorrow against the Cubs.
More. I watched some of the Cubs. They're swinging at a lot of stuff. And I think with the next level of playoffs, everything's amped up. More. I like Freddie with more than 6.5.
I like more also over his last 5 games. Freddie Peralta. 8, 9, 10, 6. And then he left that Cincinnati game after just 2 innings, so we don't really count that one when he had 3. So, yeah, I like that. I'm with you.
If this was not coming off of a full week of rest, I would think otherwise, because I think the bullpen would probably come in earlier. But, yes, given the way that they've been off for 5 days, I'll take the more on 6.5 strikeouts as well for Freddie. Jackson Chourio, more or less than 1.5 total bases. And don't get fooled by this one. Not that he ever walks, according to Homer, but
heard that.
Walks do not count as part of total bases. You got to hit your way for total bases.
Everybody knows that.
I'm just making. I've made that mistake before on Prize Picks. I was very upset.
That.
I missed
Say
out.
That again?
I missed out on a 4-bagger once because someone drew a walk. I was all excited about it. Turns out it wasn't part of the total bases. Total bases are only hits. So 1.5 total bases for Jackson Chourio, meaning either 2 singles or a double, any combination to get more than 1.5. What do you think?
Well, this is going to be an interesting test because, a lot of times you get into postseason play and everybody wants experience, right? Because you've been through it, you know it, you can maybe calm yourself down and you can, or there's the, I don't know any better. You kind of have that balance, right? Which way is better? I actually think it's better you don't know any better. That actually makes more sense. And the fact that he doesn't walk a ton makes me think he is going to – all he's got to do is hit a double. That's it. He's going to be free swinging now. He'll be a free swinger now. I'm going more.
In case you're curious about Jackson Chourio. I thought about that and I decided against it. So you read my mind. Considered it. I know it was only a 3-game series last year, but for a guy who never played playoff baseball before, Jackson Chourio was 5 for 11.
Oh, he was good.
He also had a walk.
He didn't know any better.
2 home runs among those 5
That's
hits. For a batting average of .455, an OBP of 500, and a OPS of 1.500. So he was really, really good for a guy who didn't know what he was doing. So hopefully he stays that way.
He needs to be the catalyst, even more so than a Yelich or a Frelick. Don't you kind of feel like
the igniter?
If you had to, if you had to, one dude was just going to get smoking hot in this tournament. Who you picking?
He'd be the one.
Chourio.
He's the one you want.
All right. I think we're all
it'd be cool to have Yelich on a heater also. Yelich would be fun because veteran leader. Everyone would start to look to that and you'd feel good about it. But Chourio's the star. Yeah. They left him on deck in that Game 3 against the Mets after the 9th inning. If he would have come up, you never know. Any of these Brewers players... You got the little Ghoulie guy next to him.
Oh, the Ghoulie.
So you have a little bit more winnings coming your way if you correctly identify any of these players to hit a home run in Game 1. I'm going to rattle them all off. Tausch, tell me if you want to go with any of them. Yelich, Turang, William Contreras, Jake Bauers, Chourio, Isaac Collins, Caleb Durbin, Andrew Vaughn. They're all on the board more or less than 0.5 home runs hit in game one. You like any of them?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Chourio just because of what we just talked about. You know, Vaughn is that to me is the biggest question mark because and you can correct me if I'm wrong. He did not finish the season strong.
No, he did not.
Has he reverted to the mean, or is he going to be the guy when he first got brought over, being in that hot zone? What do we expect? What we're going to need him, because let's not kid ourselves. When this team turned it around, it really got hot, started putting the seeds in place to be the best team in baseball. He was the catalyst. Is that fair?
The winning streak in July started when Woodruff came back, I should say, from being injured.
But Vaughn was just killing it. I mean, he was killing it.
He was inserted into the lineup, I think, 2 days after they started the winning streak against the Dodgers, and that's where things did really take off in July. Woodruff and Vaughn were kind of the two that at the same time returned.
Can we win if both? Because if Woody doesn't play, which is, I think most of us expect, and Vaughn is what he's been at the end of this season, can we win a World Series?
No.
Jesse, what are you doing over there?
I was waiting for Jason to answer the question.
He was asking you. I figured somebody had better talk.
My mistake. My
guy Vaughn tailed off. Is that what you're telling me?
So here's what I am optimistic about. If Andrew Vaughn does continue to struggle, Rhys Hoskins, even though he has not had a great season and was injured for much of it, opening the door for Vaughn to take over, has postseason hero on his resume with the Philadelphia Phillies a few years back.
True.
So that is the backup option if he's okay. It'd be nice if Andrew Vaughn would return. He's not going to be Barry Bonds, but it'd be nice if he wasn't some dude they call up in the minors who goes 0 for 20 and they cut him.
Are we sure he's going to be on the postseason roster for this series?
Vaughn?
No.
Hoskins? No.
Hoskins.
I'm not positive about that, no.
Okay. I'm going to take Bryce
When do we
Terang
get that
this,
news? When do they drop that?
I don't know. I think
you don't know. You're a Brewers guy.
I don't know when they drop the roster. I think it's tomorrow morning, but it might be later today. I'll check.
Good stuff.
Another
I'm on
classic,
MLB.com.
Another classic. Tausch doesn't know the answer. Asks us hoping we know the answer. We don't. Then he gets mad at us for not knowing the answer.
You're a Brewers guy, dude. Like, what? I mean,
teams submit a 26-man roster. It was 25 prior to 2020. Okay. Prior to each round of the postseason, comprised of postseason eligible players. The club may request permission, blah, 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 blah. Nowhere here does it say when it has to be submitted.
I got a text from Josh in Heartland saying tomorrow morning they finalize it. So if we're okay with that being our source. So he's saying it just like I said, I think it's tomorrow morning. He didn't like that. I said, I'm not positive. I think it's tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's on me. I'm going to put that one on Old T.
Well, that's a nice change of pace.
On me.
Truman.
You don't want to know why I'm putting it on me.
Because you should know better that we wouldn't have known. All right, that is our prize picks of the weekend or of Saturday or whatever it was. Presented by Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
It is good to be right, and I had a good weekend last weekend with football. I'm going to dabble with baseball. Jesse just went through a litany of different opportunities that the Brewers-Cubs series has. It's just fun to play, and it's also simple. More or less on at least 2-player stat projections. You can go Josh Allen, you can go Saquon, you can go Chourio, you can go Yelich, you can go Freddie. You got all kinds of different fun options, all kinds of stats across it. Prize Picks makes it fun to play. And withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Apple Pay, Venmo, and more. That's why millions of fans use America's #1 daily fantasy sports app, and that, of course, is Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app. Use code WI. You get $50 in lineups after you play that first $5 lineup. Again, that's code WI for $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. I haven't checked. They threw that bone last week. I think Mahomes 0.5. I haven't checked if they got any. I'll start dabbling on that after the show. But I'll tell you this, Prize Picks, it's good
to be right. Also, Jesse, despite the ridicule that some were dispensing in his direction, is indeed right. Tomorrow, October 4th.
Tomorrow, what time?
I don't know what time.
In the morning. You're going to be on the radio. You won't see it anyway.
Our Steinhoff sleepers of the series.
So sorry I asked a question. Jeez. My bad. I should never ask anyone questions on this show.
I mean,
Jason will say, why don't you ever ask me anything? Then I ask questions, and you all tell me, well, I don't know. And that's the answers I get. You wonder why I don't ask any questions around here.
I couldn't concretely tell you tomorrow at 9 a.m. is when they announce the postseason roster. I'm pretty sure it's the morning of the first game.
Would you admit, listen, man, we cover the Packers, Badger football, Badger hoops. Jesse, would you say Jesse's our Brewers? He goes to the games. His dad was an usher. He does this pretty. Am I crazy to say that? Or is that unfair?
I mean, only one of us has bounced a ceremonial first pitch and has a jersey with our name and number on it.
You're taking up for Jesse. I should know the deadline on when the Brewers set their 26-man roster. All right, that's fair.
Again, speaking as interrupt
that seems
this,
reasonable.
While that may be the case, we expect Jesse to be the most knowledgeable about the Brewers because he is the most invested, ardent, dyed-in-the-wool Brewers fan. So if you'd let me finish after I got my little zinger in there about your pitch. Mirp.
How did volleyball do last night, Jesse? I know that's kind of...
Won their ninth straight match. Haven't lost since August 31st. Seventh ranked in the country. Mimi Collier's got double-digit kills in every match this season.
When do they have to set their rosters for the match?
Two-time Big Ten Player of the Week, National Player of the Week. Kelly Sheffield won his 600th career match last Sunday.
Sometimes Sunday morning, I think. Hey, Sunday morning, I got to say.
Our Steinhoff sleepers of the series are next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility they could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
Timeout on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025. At Great Midwest Bank, we've been serving Southeast Wisconsin homeowners for 90 years. Wait, 2025 minus 1935, 90 years. Wow. In our 90 years as a community bank, we've learned a lot about the values of the people who live and work here and appreciate the loyal customers that have made Great Midwest Bank who we are today. Find a location at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and we are wrapping up an incredible September run. 4-2 or better every single Saturday this football season has keyed a huge September. Players props winning again. Major League Baseball playoffs start this week. Basketball season is right around the corner. Go to fatjacksports.com and get on board with what's a great start to the season. We're going to be falling into profit all October long for under $100 a week. Fatjacksports.com. Get signed up today and win this weekend betting the games against the spread.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
So normally in this space, we do our Steinhoff Sleepers of the Week for the Packers game. But there is no Packers game. By the way, what there is the last weekend of the Steinhoff's Best Brand Sale, which is your chance to bring home incredible style, unbeatable comfort, and big savings for every room in your home. Take 10% off or take advantage of their 36-month 0% financing and then get an extra 10% off designer living rooms, dining collections, cozy bedrooms, including special orders. Hurry in, the Best Brand Sale ends Sunday at Steinhoff's, Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader. But since we don't have a Packers game, Jesse has made the command decision to do our Steinhoff's Sleepers of the NLDS against the Chicago Cubs. Now, we're not counting this in the standings, right?
I don't know. Should we?
That's
let's see. Check in with Tausch on Sunday after he has won it, and then I believe he'll say, yes, it should count.
The updated standings.
No, the question is, Jesse,
the
question would be if the 565 analytics crew, is it just Saturday's game or is it the entire series? And then they give us a point after, because it'll be before the next Packer game, this thing will be over.
I envisioned us doing this as a Steinhoff's Sleeper of the series. So for all 3 to 5 games, you pick a sleeper for the series, not just for Saturday's game.
Yeah, right. Okay, I think that's fair.
Okay, and who are the Brewers that are ineligible to be termed
really good
sleepers?
Freddie.
Jesse.
Freddie's off the list.
Churio?
Yep.
Churio's off the list.
Yeah.
Contreras, I think, is off the list.
Yelich?
Yeah, let's take
Yelich. Yeah.
Let's take Yelich off the list. I'd say.
Okay.
All right, so Freddie Peralta, Jackson Chourio, Christian Yelich, and who was the fourth you said we're not allowing?
Freddie, Chourio, Contreras, Yelich.
Contreras.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, Tausch. Not whack us. Who are you taking?
Oh, boy.
Hey there, sleepyhead. Wakey, wakey. It's time for the Steinhoff Sleepers of the Week on Wilde Tausch.
Man, this is tough because the easy play here would be to go Frelick or Terang, one of the guys that's going to play every day. And if they have one big play, are you going to give it to him? But as Jesse was really well breaking down Vaughn and how that whole thing went, and I thought it was great. I don't even know if this guy's going to make the roster because we don't know when the roster's getting announced. Sounds like it could be anywhere from
tomorrow morning
until 11 a.m. We don't know because we asked. Nobody knows.
They're going to announce it at the big house.
Yeah. Do I go Rhys Hoskins because I think he's going to get some opportunities?
Now that would be bold.
But is he going to make the roster? I mean, I think.
Well, that's why it would be bold.
Oh, I don't know what to do here, Gel. I'm going to go Durbin. I'm going to go safe. I'm going to go Durbin. I think he's got that moxie. He's got moxie.
Like
and I
Matt
want
Flynn.
moxie in my Steinhoff.
Okay. Jesse?
I'm going to take a shot on my guy here. The season was exciting, and it escalated a number of times this year with winning streaks and players returning and new players being added. But there was nothing like Ms. Mania when he made his debut against the Cardinals.
This is bold.
And as much as he struggled down the stretch, if Jacob Mizorowski can come in, let's assume it's game 3, but even if they need to go to him in one of the early games at home to be a stopgap in the middle of the game, and he is what he was in the middle of the season when he made his debut in that stretch of about a month, that could inject a life into the fans, into the team. I'm going to go with the Miz as my sleeper of the series, Jacob Mizorowski, coming up clutch, whether it's out of the pen, starting game 3, whenever they choose to go to him.
I love it. I love it. I think that's bold. That is bold.
Not as bold as picking Hoskins and then him not making the roster.
Yeah, it's a risk I wasn't willing to take.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to go Isaac Collins. Isaac Collins over Jake Bowers.
Good pick.
It was between Jake Bowers and Isaac Collins. I'm going to go Isaac Collins. All right, those are our Steinhoffel sleepers of the series, which may or may not count in the standings and may or may not be decided until Game 3, Game 4, or Game 5 is finished. Game 5 would be a week from tomorrow. Is that correct?
It would be
we would
Saturday.
go Saturday to Saturday.
Night, yeah. It's Saturday at some point. Yeah.
Which could get interesting with Wisconsin hosting Iowa at 6 p.m. at Camp Randall. And a potential 7 o'clock NLDS Game 5. But maybe it won't get there.
It's all the Red Sox fault. Tausch, hopefully you'll get updates while you're calling the game at the Big House. But I know that AmFam is a great partner of all of these different teams and, of course, of us as well.
It is a proud partner of Wilde Tausch, American Family Insurance, and since 1927. They've been committed to make life better with outstanding home and auto protection. Also, you're free to go chase those World Series dreams. Go chase your dreams as well. So insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Jesse allegedly will draw this week's trivia winner. He will also play Whoa Nelly. Next, it's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Your neighbors are talking. Did you see their siding? Yikes. That drafty window? It's basically air conditioning. From nature. Don't be the scary house on the block this fall. Call Exterior Pros and Baths and get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project. No tricks, just treats. That's 262-800-4274 or click your way to extpros.com. Fall in love with your home again. Trust the pros.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Imagine your home totally organized. At Closets by Design, we specialize in providing affordable, custom-built storage solutions with built-ins and beyond, from garages to new home offices. Our experienced designers work within your budget to design a solution fit perfectly to your needs. Get 40% off plus an additional 15% with 18-month financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN to get started. Let's get organized together.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Listen up, gentlemen. You're fighting an unfair battle. Studies show testosterone levels in men have plummeted by 25% in just 2 decades. That's why you're struggling with energy, muscle, and drive. But here's a game changer. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments boost testosterone by 30% on average. Imagine reclaiming the vitality your grandfathers had. Picture turning heads, dominating your career, and feeling unstoppable again. Don't settle for today's normal. Seize the day at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hi, it's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch, inviting you to join me July 5th on a journey through the lovely landscapes of England, Scotland, and Wales with Colette. We'll take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities. Imagine standing before Big Ben in London, then later gazing out from Edinburgh Castle. So rich in history, it feels like you're stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll explore the storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. And how about a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that lead us right into the medieval city of York? It's all part of this incredible journey. From iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views, you'll experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that last a lifetime. To learn more about this amazing adventure, text TRAVEL to 800-990-3776 or visit ESPNMilwaukeeTravel.com for full details.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Since home of the...
It's a beautiful day.
So, I'm looking forward to the first part of the Whoa Nelly topics. Very much so, actually. But first, we have to draw this week's trivia winner before we get started.
Cousin Subs gift card on the line. A lot of chips in the helmet this week, and it's been a minute since I've done this. We've been on location a lot on Fridays for the last few weeks.
And you take a lot of days off.
I don't think I've taken any Fridays off.
Yeah, you haven't taken any Fridays off. That's right.
In the last 6 weeks, yeah. Congratulations, Bruce.
Bruce with a dub.
Bruce in Bayview, part of a double Wisconsin Geography Wednesday
nicely
this
done,
week.
Bruce.
Good win, Bruce.
Big win for
It's a good
Bruce.
dub for Bruce, sir.
Bruce Suter.
We were talking in the office when I wrote
Bruce
Bruce
Bochy.
Is Bruce the strongest name that exists? We basically we narrowed it down to like Bruce and Boris.
Bruce.
Bruce is just a strong name.
Bruce?
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to besmirch our trivia winner. Let's just move forward.
Hey, good win for Bruce. But yeah, Bruce is not even in the top 30 of tough, dude names.
Give me a tougher one. Name
Jocko.
one. Jocko.
Yeah.
Jocko's not even
Mark. Mark is a
Jesse
Mark is
with
a
an
more
I.
masculine name. Come on,
Bruce is
beating
Bruce is beating Mark in a fight.
Bruce Banya. Take Bruce Banya out of it. Who else you got?
Bruce Willis.
Wait a minute. Who is Bruce Banya?
Isn't that the Hulk?
No, that's Bruce Banner.
Okay, whatever.
Kenny Banya. Is Kenny tougher than Bruce? I don't know.
All right, Bruce Willis is a good one. I've left Bruce Willis out of there.
Who is the defensive
Jack.
lineman? Bruce. There was a Bruce.
Jack would be a
Jack
tougher
is
one.
definitely one.
There's just a ton. There's a ton.
The most masculine names.
Dave.
Apollo.
Dave? No way.
Dave Winfield. There ain't anybody like Dave Winfield. Everybody loves Bo Jackson.
I like
and
Max.
Deion.
If you're
Dave Winfield, Jesse, Dave Winfield was all conference in all three sports. He could have played professional football everywhere, and he'd kick your keister and he'd take your girlfriend. That's what Dave Winfield
I'm not
would do to you.
specifically asking you about Dave Winfield. I'm saying if you're sitting at a bar and you hear that Brock is a good one. That's a good one. If you hear there's a bar fight going on outside and it's Dave and Bruce, who do you think's going to win that fight? Bruce in a landslide.
I
don't
think
know.
Dave kicks
now,
Bruce's keister.
I'll give you Bruno.
Bruno
not
kicks his
Bruce.
Yeah,
keister.
Bruno's good.
Yeah, Bruce is not Jesse. Where did you come up with that from?
That's a great
Who
question.
told you that?
It was a conversation in our office when I wrote Bruce's name down. All right, now we're just naming boxers.
No, I'm just going through this list.
Emmanuel.
No. Enzo.
Jesse. I would say Jesse would kick Bruce's keister.
Duke.
Jesse.
Yep.
Jesse's not. Jesse with an I with a little heart on the to dot the I is not.
Yeah,
the
but
end.
Jesse with an E would. Yeah, I don't get where you formed this hypothesis. But
I could not be more disagreeable on this. Gotta lie. Cannot lie. Can we please? Well, I keep going through this list alphabetically.
Nice win, Bruce.
I think Paul.
No way.
Kicks Bruce's keister. No, I do. Matthew is kicking Bruce's keister. Now, again, I don't know Bruce, our trivia winner. Again, congratulations, Bruce.
Can't wait till he sees you in your 65 Brewers jersey on Monday night. And
Bruce
clocks
just punches
you.
me in the face.
Let's get to
I just don't
Nelly.
get where Jesse, where did this come from?
Yeah, look, Rex.
Yeah, Rex is kicking Bruce. Yep.
No, I'm taking Bruce over Rex.
How about Bruce and Tom? Tom
Rocco.
and Bruce would be like a good battle. You said Jocko already.
No, Rocco.
ROCCO.
I'm going alphabetically.
Okay. All right. I don't know how we got on this topic, Jesse. I don't know where you hypothesized this, but
Bruce here Bruce Nelson suggested that Bruce was one of the toughest names around, and we had to set him straight. That's how we got there.
That is just patently absurd.
JJ in Poynette says Ron. Every Ron I know is a dog.
Is Ron in the key a dog?
I don't think so.
Heck of a poker player, though. Stanley. Let's play Whoa, Nelly, please.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
Nico.
Paul. No way, Paul.
Giancarlo.
We're...
Maverick.
These aren't even real names.
That's a real name. Maddox. Mankato.
Scott.
Whoa, Nelly!
Jeff with a G is kicking a B. Bruce is with a B's keister, too.
Jameson.
Jeff with a G is going to be a good fight against Bruce. They're going to go a few rounds.
Braylon.
Hank.
Hank is good.
Hank is too, yeah.
Are we going to... Should I even bother with anything else? Or
No,
are we just
I
gonna...
want this
Yeah,
first
go
topic.
ahead. I'm kind of running out of stuff.
I want this first topic. I want to hear it.
Whoa, Nelly!
First topic listed. Oh, my plan totally backfired for Monday, and I'm now off the show kind of for no reason thanks to the Brewers' 8 p.m. start. Yeah, so I'm off Monday. I'm off Monday. And
yeah.
I took the day off. Up north, Joe and I were going to go to the game. I got Tier 1 Corey coming up with his dog Rufus this weekend. I thought, here's a great plan. I'm going to take Monday's show off.
Is that the Chicago dude that makes you drive to pick his
That's
dog
my guy,
up?
Corey. Yep, one of my 2 best men at my wedding.
And then you just drove to Chicago, but you couldn't drop your dog off with him.
Correct, yes.
All true.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would have been an inconvenience for us because he lives in downtown Chicago. We were only going to O'Hare at 4 in the morning, so it actually worked out quite well for us. Not an inconvenience at all. Yeah. So Corey's coming up. We got plans throughout the week. I thought, this is great. Usually he takes off a Friday and comes up. I said, let's take Monday off. I'm going to the Brewers game. You can head back in the afternoon. I'll meet up with Joe. We'll go to the Brewers game. Nice little weekend. Well, now the 8 o'clock Brewers game, I've got Monday off, and I'm not going to undo that because Corey's
Why not?
Because Corey's coming up, and I don't want to ditch Corey and be like, I'm going to work instead at 8 in the morning. Sorry, buddy, you're on your own. Leave him with, Becca at home and the 2 dogs. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So, there's kind of in a spot
I have a
here.
solution.
Oh, boy.
I have a solution.
I guess I'm open to ideas. Bruce?
I will come over and do the show from your house again.
No, that's good. We're good.
Whoa, Nelly!
Me, you, Bruce, Becca, and your Tier 1 buddy that won't watch your dog. How fun of a show is that going to be?
I think we're all right.
Sound all that fun.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
Thanks for the offer, though. Appreciate that.
Whoa, Nelly!
So, sorry, guys. I thought I really had this all
just trying to alleviate the
why you
stress
can't
that
just
you're putting
work.
on the rest of... Just trying to alleviate some of the stress you're putting on the rest of your teammates at ESPN Madison. But I know that's...
Riley will do a great job filling in on Monday for no apparent reason.
It's not that we don't like having Riley do the show. What? The schedule came out. Like, couldn't you have had a backup
you can adjust.
plan?
I'm sure they'd say, "Oh yeah, Jesse, it'd be great to have you work."
But so, in our life, yes, my buddy Corey works in a very different industry where he, submits his vacation multiple weeks in advance and needs to have everything all planned out. And he's got Monday off where he's sticking around. I don't want to just ditch him at 8 in the morning to come in and do the show.
You're a fascinating fella.
Whoa, Nelly!
I'm stuck here on what we want to do with the last 2 minutes of Whoa,
It's
Nelly.
your segment.
It's your segment, dude.
The talking text line is just lighting up with strong masculine male names. But there was this interesting article on ESPN.com. I didn't know this was a thing.
I'm not interested in this. Give us some of the names in the text line.
Whoa,
I'm more interested in that.
I wouldn't mess with anyone named Rufus, says JJ in Poinet.
Rufus is tough.
I don't disagree.
Carl with a K, not with a C.
Wait, do we think Carl with a K is tougher than Carl with a C?
I guess so, according to
I think he might be right.
Josh in Lake Geneva, yeah.
Yeah, he may be right on that.
The K stands for crazy with the K.
No, that's funny.
Ivan.
Ivan for sure. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That is really true. Don't blank with an Ivan.
Well, is if you Ivan Rodriguez not as tough as Ivan Rodriguez, right?
Yeah,
like Ivan the Terrible or Ivan the Terrible. I think it's.
Brutus is not an actual name. That's just the Buckeye, right? Like, no one's actually named Brutus anywhere.
There's got to be some people named that.
Tom in North Carolina suggests Brutus, but I've never met anyone named Brutus. All right, that's it.
You did like two names. You said it was lighting up. You did two names. And then Brutus.
Russ or Russell from Jeff and Monroe. Russ or Russell.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess we are done.
Yep, that's it.
Whoa, Nelly!
Is anyone lighting up the talk and text line suggesting that it's preposterous that you're taking the day off?
No, I think they actually are probably encouraging such things because
they like the show better.
They
when
like
you're
it
not on.
they like it when Riley's around here.
Oh, Jesse.
Oh, Gel. Gotta love Gel. You also have gotta love the fact that this will be the second time I've told you about this. And again, the talk and text line, 844-770-3776, has been a key part of this. You can text the word travel to 844-770-3776 and get more information on our trip with Colette to England, Scotland, and Wales. We will be departing on July 5th. July 5th. Not only that, but one of our favorite places to eat is Buck and Honey's, and we're going to have the meet and greet event at Buck and Honey's. It's another bonus to this whole thing. But if you're interested, again, go to the website espnmilwaukeetravel.com, espnmilwaukeetravel.com, or just text travel to 844-770-3776, and you'll be able to get information on this. We're going to take in the charm of the countryside and the history of the great cities, standing before Big Ben in London. Then later, Jesse, how do I say this castle again?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh. So rich in history, it feels like stepping back in time. Along the way, we'll also explore some storybook villages of Chester and Shakespeare's Stratford-upon-Avon, places where every street seems to whisper a piece of history. There'll be a scenic train ride through the rolling green hills that'll lead us right into the medieval city of York. It's all part of this incredible journey from iconic landmarks to cozy villages, from bustling city streets to peaceful countryside views. We will experience the very best of Britain's history, culture, and beauty, and create memories that will last a lifetime. And I'll leave North America for the first time in my life. Again, 844-770-3776. Text the word travel or go to espnmilwaukeetravel.com. We'll wrap up the week and the show with Feel Good Friday, painted by Home and Lindsay Paints. Next, it's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. While the green and gold have been doing some off-roading.
That was poorly managed. Almost lost the game before they had a chance to tie.
It was like watching a slow-motion car crash in front of your face where I'm just looking at the clock. I'm like, oh, my God.
It's time for the Pack to get back into the fast lane. Get all your Packers bye-week coverage right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Looking to transform your home with stylish furniture and home accessories without breaking the bank? At your local IKEA in Oak Creek, they believe everyone deserves a beautiful and affordable living experience that enhances your everyday life. From comfortable and fashionable sofas and sectionals, to kitchens full of inspiration, to bedrooms designed to help you find your best sleep and relaxation, IKEA's home furnishing combines form and function to fit any lifestyle and budget. Visit IKEA Oak Creek today or explore their collection online at ikea.com/US.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. We go to the inventor, Mark Tauscher. What do you got?
Yeah, this happens every year, and I always mean to bring it up. And this happened, I think, a couple of weeks ago. But Tim Tebow does this unbelievable prom, red carpet, big event with kids that have special needs, Down syndrome, and other issues. And he gets right in there. He walks these kids down. He makes them feel. You watch the video of this, and it just melts you. He walks the red carpet with these kids, and it is the biggest deal. They have all these people cheering him on, and it does it every year. And I have to commend Tim Tebow for doing this year after year and making just a unbelievably special night for people that they really deserve it. So kudos to you, Tim Tebow.
That's it for us this week and for today. We'll be back on Monday getting ready for Game 2 of the NLDS. Thanks for coming along for the ride with us. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin?